As a new coach, you're probably thinking, well, what questions can I ask my clients? And it's something that people ask me the whole time. Hi, it's Ruth Kudzi, founder of Optimus Coach Academy and Ruth Kudzi Coaching Limited. I am passionate about helping people live the lives they want to live on their terms through supporting people to train and develop as coaches and supporting people in my coaching business to build and grow their businesses. What I am going to be talking about are the types of questions that you can ask, and also a little bit about trusting yourself, because the more that you are present with your client, listening to what they're saying, the more your questions are going to be great, because they're going to be in response to what you're saying rather than ingredients or some kind of checklist that you need to go through. So remember, trust yourself. You can listen and you ask questions depending on what the client said. But there are some rules and some kind of standards that I would say follow. First of all, keep your questions open as much as possible. What, how, when? Have that open and that curious tone. Ask one question at a time. So many times when I'm working with new coaches, they do what I call question stacking. So what were you feeling? How did it happen? What do you want to do? And our brain can't cope, so we become overwhelmed. So keep them clear, keep them direct, keep them without jargon. Remember to use your client's language, and this is really important. So a client might say, I'm feeling stressed. Okay, well, what does that feel like? If we decide to take stressed and use overwhelmed, so how long have you been feeling overwhelmed? Do you see there? We're using their word and we're making an assumption that stressed is the same as overwhelmed. So always use their language, and also remember to use that exact word. So if they're saying stressed, we use stressed, we don't use stress, and maybe we explore what that word means to them. But don't make assumptions based on the words that they use. So if someone says, I want to build my confidence, rather than going off on, okay, so what are we going to do? First of all, explore what that means to them, because we all attribute different meanings to different words. We are not walking dictionaries. The way that we perceive and identify and put a meaning to a word is personal to us. So what does confidence mean to you? And what would that look like? What would that feel like? What would you be thinking? Those kinds of questions really help. One of the things that I say to new coaches as well when they're questioning, give people space. Space to explore. Space to reflect. Use their language. Use open questions. Use short questions. They don't need to be long-winded, one at a time. Remember that repeating a word back, if you use it with the right tonality, can help. Stressed. That's a question. And when you're thinking about the questions, kind of think about the flow of the session. So at the beginning, it's really about setting the tone for that session. What is the focus? Really exploring that is the focus and that is what they want to be talking about, and what success is going to look like in terms of the session, how they're going to be thinking, feeling, being different. And then it's about getting into the meat. Actually, what's going on? Let's explore, let's unpick, let's peel those layers off the onion. Let's find those nuggets of gold there. And that is really through listening. Hearing when there's maybe an energy shift. Listening to the language. Listening to a repetition of words. Understanding when maybe there's a lack of congruence between what the person's saying and their energy or their body language or their tonality. It's never only listening to the words. It's the tonality, it's the energy, it's the pauses, it's any changes as well. Picking up those nuances. Maybe the speech has become quicker. Maybe they're pausing more. Maybe they seem to be losing their train of thought. Those are great things to explore, and you can say, notice that your energy seems to have changed. What's going on? Always give them the chance to explore. What is it? I've noticed something, and remember, when we notice stuff, take our ego out of it, we might be wrong. But always look at it from their context. And then at the end of the session, it's really, well, what next? We've had this discussion, we've talked about where you want to be, where are you now, and what are you going to do as a result of that session? So if you're thinking about that framework, look at that as like a sandwich with the middle bit is like the beautiful, gorgeous filling with 2 lovely slices of bread. So think about when you're in a session, what are you asking at the beginning? How are you helping them get clear? What is in that filling? And how are you helping people go deeper? How are you helping them explore what's going on in their body, their mind, what they're thinking and feeling, their environment, their context, and how are you helping them step into new ways of thinking, feeling, and acting? And then what will they do as a result? So some great questions you can use throughout. If you feel that there's more, what else? What more? Maybe you're going to ask someone, how long has this been going on? What's a different way of looking at it? What if you took a step back? How important is this to you? What's making you pause? What would you really like to do? What's stopping you? So all of these questions can be used at any time, but as you can see, I'm demonstrating to you simple, easy, direct, one at a time. Go and have some fun. The more that you are with your client, the more that you're dancing in the moment, the more that you're present, the more your questions are going to be truly reflecting what's going on for them and the better coaching sessions you're going to have. So get rid of those checklists, rip up those questions, and instead focus on your client. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd like you to like and subscribe. And remember to keep abreast of all of our new videos. Just ring that bell and you'll be notified when any new ones come out. And we'd love to hear feedback from you. So if you'd like to post beneath your biggest takeaway, and equally anything that you'd like to hear me talk about, we're always open to feedback.